Hello seekers, welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. New moon Amavasya will happen on 28th of July when moon enters Cancer zodiac sign. Now this is a new moon in Cancer. This is as per Indian Vedic astrology. You will find Sun and Mercury both present in Cancer zodiac, which is basically a zodiac of moon. It is a water zodiac sign, a zodiac sign that is about Anahat Chakra. It is a zodiac that is connected to your heart and emotions. When moon enters this particular zodiac sign, moon becomes Swagrahi, it enters its own zodiac sign, but it forms what you call as Amavasya. Now, usually, if it is an Amavasya, it is a perfect example of understanding what a combust planet means. Because moon crosses the degree of the sun, it becomes closer and closer to the sun degree. It is invisible to the naked eye, and that is why on 28th night, moon will not be visible in the sky, and that is why we call this Amavasya or the new moon day. This is a monthly phenomena, a usual motion of moon around the earth and earth around the sun forms this particular day where we don't get any light of moon in the night, and that increases the occult properties of this tithi. The energies that we can get connected to during Amavasya is intense. Now, Cancer Amavasya will definitely happen next year once moon goes out of the Cancer zodiac sign, comes back to Cancer, but sun will come back only after 1 year. That is why in each particular month, every month, you have one Purnima, full moon, one new moon. This new moon is going to be aspected by a retrograde Saturn, and you must also understand that moon transit in the sign of Cancer will also experience Jupiter's retrogression. Currently, Jupiter is stationary and it is aspecting just the midpoint of Karka Rashi, the Cancer zodiac sign. So, the properties of moon will be highly positive. Your mind will be energized. This day and next couple of days can be used for your creative work. It will make you sensitive to emotions and energies, and it will make you an empath. You will see that you are getting affected by the news, you're getting affected by the messages that you receive, maybe a dream, maybe a repeated number. The message can come from anywhere, so you must be receptive to those energies and understand the message is being delivered to you in so many ways. And if you are open to the change, open to the message, you will receive the answers to your questions that you have been seeking from a very long time. This is a mind, body and soul combination. Moon is, you can say, mind, emotions. Sun is the Atman. Buddha represents physical brain, neurons, nervous system. So when this new moon happens, this starts a chain reaction, not only in your inner self, but this has the ability to rewire your thoughts, rewire your brain. Chanting moon mantra, Ganesh mantra, Ganesh Kavach, speaking positive things about yourself, doing affirmation practices are some of the ways by which you can rewire your mind. Amavasya is also a tithi where the occult is on its peak. So is full moon. There are different energies associated with these phases of the Chandra moon. So if you want to give yourself some power, the divine power through mantra chanting, then this is the day. But because you are being very much sensitive to energies and you are being more connected with your emotions, This might also mean that first you have to understand your emotion before you actually focus on the outer world. See, when moon is not visible, it means it is very close to your soul, because moon is going to be very close to the sun. That means you have to be first close to yourself. You have to understand your own problems, your own pain, your own emotional state before actually reflecting your personality on the judgment made by the outside world. This is definitely not the time of comparison, rather, this is the time of inner analysis. This meditation is not focused on external factors, rather, this meditation is focused on your internal state of being. How comfortable you are in your own body, how comfortable you are in your own existence. And that existential question will rise for so many people because of this new moon in Cancer zodiac sign. Saturn's retrograde motion right in front of the moon is also going to raise so many questions to the mind that a curious mind will find it difficult to find answer, and therefore you must seek the answer elsewhere, like in scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, but not in material world. This is also a transit that can make you rethink a lot of your past decisions, mistakes, negative events. It can bring back so many memories. It can make you believe that your life is not that great. And in that moment, you must remember your past good moments. Don't focus on the negative, rather focus on positive. A new moon is like a new beginning, because after Amavasya, a new Pratipada, the new Shukla Paksha, the waxing moon phase will begin, and that is when the mind flourishes. It's like a seed. So whatever seed of thought you will plant, especially when there is a new moon in Cancer zodiac sign, try to understand Cancer is the zodiac sign ruled by moon, and currently there is sun placed there. It's a Pushya Nakshatra, Surya. It is a very important time, because whatever seed of thought you will plant in your mind will take the shape of a tree in the near future. Now, why this new moon is more significant compared to, say, the previous new moons, or maybe any eclipse? Because of the formation of planets around this formation in Cancer zodiac sign. Rahu Mars will be 10th from this. So there will be dissatisfaction, there will be a sense of detachment, there will be a sense of loneliness in a lot of people, especially people with weak moon, especially if you are a Cancer moon sign, if you are a Sagittarius moon sign, if you are a Libra moon sign, you will feel this sense of detachment, and so many questions will come in. A lot of you might feel that life is not on the right track, but believe me, life will be on the right track, but there is a prerequisite to your demand. Until and unless you fulfill that, your demand will not be met. And irrespective of your birth chart, the simple prerequisite is that you take an inner deep dive. People born with Saturn moon conjunction, Rahu moon conjunction, people born in Amavasya, Tithi as Amavasya, will have a greater effect of this moon transit. People born on Purnima will see opposite effect. That means if you are born in a Purnima Tithi, then you will see that your mind can be slightly negative. So you should chant Krishna mantra. Listening to Madhurashtakam is also going to be a great way of handling emotions on this day. Try to refrain from taking any emotional decision, because you don't know, moon is not in the sky, it is combust, so nothing is clear. And because nothing is clear, decisions made on this day can have long-lasting impact. This is slightly different from eclipse. This is more about recognition of emotions, acknowledgement of emotions. You might also see that people in your family may claim that you don't value them. So don't take anybody in your life for granted. This is the time when you have to reassess if you are taking anybody or anything as granted in your life, because that can actually hurt you and irrespective of Mahadasha, Antardasha or planets, can challenge you on emotional level. This is a mental thing. This is not that something will happen on the physical level. This is more about mind and the Maya. And with this Maya forms, I will say, a world. We get lost in that world and we believe that we are living in the world. It's like Neo in the Matrix. Now, the importance of Mercury in this case is extremely important because Mercury rules the 12th house from the Cancer zodiac sign, which is Gemini. Therefore, Mercury is about the subconscious of the Chandra. That means subconscious of the conscious. In this case, it will also make you slightly finicky, dual-minded, confused. In all such cases, if you are too confused and if you don't know the answer, seek the answer but don't take a decision. Because a Jupiterian aspect on this moon wants you to learn and gather the experience rather than focus on the action, just for these couple of days. This is also the time when Mars and Rahu will come closer to each other. They are already at 3 degrees difference. They will come more and more closer. This is a Bharani Nakshatra, and remember, Mars from the sign of Aries is aspecting the Cancer zodiac sign. So the moment moon crosses 12 degrees of Cancer till 26 degrees of Cancer, moon will be under extreme impact of Mars, Saturn and Jupiter, which means heavy planets are aspecting moon, whereas moon is with Sun and Mercury. Buddhaditya Yoga is being formed, so clever understanding is needed, smart solutions are needed, less emotions, more of practicality, duty-bound emotions are needed. Now, you will also see that if you have an afflicted moon, you might feel heightened frustration, or you might get connected to the divine, though for those who are spiritual practitioners. So doing Kundalini Dhyan on this day is going to be extremely beneficial for those who practice. For those who don't give it a try. Guru is needed for Kundalini Dhyan. Without Guru, you should not practice it. Overall, this new moon formation is full of energy. It's like a new beginning. It's like a day where you should plan your future for 1 year, from this new moon to the next year's Cancer new moon, and how can you proceed in the path of light. There is no point thinking about finances or crying about it, but this is the time when you can first focus where things went wrong, because without knowing the root cause, you won't be able to solve the situation. This is the time to understand the root cause. But first you will have to allow the moon to come into picture. So this new moon, the next day and the very next day from 28th till 31st, this is the time of introspection, meditation. No speculation should be made. This is the time to slightly get away from social media and focus only on your core strength. Don't focus on your weakness. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling guilty, if you're feeling oppressed, you need to figure out why are you feeling in that way. And then you will be able to get a solution. First, you have to measure the height of the problem in the life's barometer, because otherwise you might end up out of emotion giving a response that you won't be able to justify, and then you will have to face the consequence. Because see, until things are in the mind, it is in your control. The moment it becomes a karma, it is registered. Even thoughts are karma. I'm not denying that. But whenever that thought gets translated in the physical world, the response will be in the physical world. And when the thoughts are in mental world, the response are in the mental world only. Chanting Chandra Bij Mantra, Chandra Gayatri Mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, or simply doing the Om and Nada Brahma Pranayam are also good ways to manage moon energy and harnessing the power of new moon. Remember, I will repeat this is a Cancer zodiac sign new moon with Mercury in Cancer and a stationary Jupiter aspecting this zodiac sign. It is no small transit. It may seem just a usual couple of days, but things can change in a minute Energies can change in the minute. Will you see anything happening on the very next day? Probably no. This is an effect. This is like a mark on your existence, an impression on the mind, which will reflect in the long run. Also, on these days, do not try to judge anybody. Don't try to claim that you know more. Just be humble, be grounded, because this is the time when you should be connected to your own soul and the light, because a moon has to drop its existence in order to be closer to the soul. So mind has to drop, recognizing itself. And this is what Bhagavad Gita tells us, that if we remember God and if we really want to be there, we need to be in the Sambhabha. We should get out of the usual daily mental affair, and reading Bhagavad Gita will also be helpful. Now, whatever I am saying may not be applicable to all of you. It will be applicable to people who are more sensitive, who are in the energy field, who are progressing in spiritual world, who are advancing. But for a layman also, if you are watching this video, if you have no idea, if you have not practiced spirituality, it will affect you also. Maybe you will not realize it in that manner. And to actually understand and realize, you will have to track down every single event that has happened and figure out what was different. Remember, even if you feel too happy on this day, is also a mental event. You have to track everything on a mental level. Did you remember some past event? Did a song that was very close to you came right in front of you and you are listening to that song? Are you playing an old game that brings back old memories? Suddenly, out of nowhere, did you open a photo album of your family and are you trying to look into that? Anything and everything that impacts the mind will be and should be analyzed. And if you do that, you will be able to track how your life is going and in which direction. Mundane activity, monetary things that are more material, more on the mundane levels, on the earthly level, should be seen with a very neutral eye. Problems can be triggered from there, but then if you're neutral and if you're trying to see those problems not from the perspective of what you want or what you need, but just because there is a problem and let me find a solution. From that eye, you will be able to find the right solution. Otherwise, you will be caught in the cyclone of emotions. So this was all about a new moon and a moon transit in the sign of Cancer. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss another update. Please suggest me what more videos you want to see on this channel. More such videos and interesting take something extra is available on my Patreon channel. So become a Patreon member. That helps my channel, and also I will bring more such videos on that channel also. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, namaste.